Hey, this is Coach Rudy. I wanted to shoot a quick training here on the effects of coffee and tea. A lot of you who have been on the 3-day trial have been asking me, is it necessary for me to come off coffee? Can I still have my 1, 2, 3 cups of coffee a day? I really, need to have my coffee. When I wake up, I kiss my cup of coffee before I do with my husband. So let me actually just break that down for you guys and give you guys something to think about and educate you guys a little bit more about what you're putting in your body. I just have my hot cup of tea here. And so we're going to be breaking this down for you, and I hope that this is something that will help you understand a little bit more about, why I've been telling you that you want to wean yourself off the coffee. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here, and I got this PowerPoint, and I'm going to walk you guys through. And so let me just start from current slide. Okay, so you guys should be able to see the screen. This has been my transformation. So I do have my tea regularly, at least 3 to 4 times a day, and I was able to drop 6%. This is our first body transformation challenge we had in Toronto a while back, and I lost 6% body fat in 90 days. And so one of the things I'm gonna go over with you guys today, and that has helped me with my transformation, is how do we burn fat and the addiction to coffee. So, it's so cliche-ish, you guys, we grew up watching Friends and Ross and Joey working in the coffee shop. And it's so socially acceptable for us to say to someone, hey, let's meet for coffee. Let's meet for coffee to catch up. Let's meet for coffee for, it's just a part of our lingo and how we communicate. But let's really just break that down, break down that habit here, okay? First of all, okay, you guys want to write this down. Coffee has huge negative effects to your digestive health, okay? It induces the production of hydrochloric acid, or HCI, if you want to write this down for your knowledge. Maybe, when your husband wakes up tomorrow morning, you can drop some HCI education on him. But it's a big problem because when you drink coffee, it produces HCI, okay? And so your body needs this acid to be able to break down large meals, particularly high protein meals, which is what we actually recommend for you here in your meal plan with Herbalife. You need to consume 4 to 6 protein servings a day to be able to reverse that aging process and the aging effects in your body. And so what ends up happening is that when you drink coffee, it stimulates the production of HCI, taking it away from when you actually do have a meal. So now most people, when they're actually having a healthy meal where they have that protein, their complex carbohydrates, their fiber, they're not able to break that down. Okay, it impairs your body's ability to break down protein and the absorption of other minerals also. And so if you think about it, a lot of people, before they go for a workout, they have that tall, dark cup of coffee, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's like a double-double or whatever. But I see a lot of people in the gym, getting into their workout. Before they can get into their workout, they have to have that cup of coffee, or they have to have that cup of coffee before they drop their kids off at school. But if you think about it, when you're working out, your body needs that protein right after your workout. Within 15 minutes post-workout, you need those amino acids and those vitamins and minerals in your body, not just in your mouth, but bioavailable. Now, if drinking coffee prohibits or impairs your body's ability to break down proteins and the other vitamins it needs after you work out, do you think it's a healthy habit to have coffee before your workout? Do you think it's a healthy habit to have coffee in the morning before you start your day? So I'm hopeful that you have answered your own question. And so it has huge negative effects on your digestive health, okay? Next thing we're going to talk about here is ulcers. Coffee is very acidic. We just talked about that, right? The regular consumption of coffee actually helps thin the inner linings of your small intestinal walls. Let that really sink in for a second here. I'm going to repeat that. The regular because there are no irregular consumption of coffee. The regular consumption of coffee thins the inner lining of your small intestinal wall, which is where the most digestion takes place, leading to abdominal spasms, cramps, elimination problems, constipation, diarrhea. And this is, in fact, people who suffer from gastritis, IBS, and Crohn's disease, doctors generally advise these patients to avoid coffee completely. So if you're avoiding, if these people should avoid coffee completely, what about the general population? Do you think that this is something that is a healthy habit for you? Again, I encourage you to really think about it, and then you'll be able to arrive to your own conclusions with that. But thinning your intestinal lining, the walls in your small intestinal walls, is not something I would recommend for you. Okay, laxative. Coffee is also a laxative, okay? It actually helps food, the contents in your stomach, to actually pass through before it's digested and before the nutrients are extracted from the food that you ate, okay? So while people are eating these, having a cup of coffee and then eating that, 1,000, 2,000 calorie muffin and donut or a dozen Timbits, your body is taking in these calories, but you're not absorbing the nutrition from it. Did I just say that there's nutrition in Timbits? I correct myself, but you know what I'm going with that. Okay, so it basically flushes through the contents in your stomach before your stomach can absorb the nutrients out of it, extract the nutrients out of it, okay? It increases the chances of irritation and inflammation in your gastrointestinal tract. Again, not something that you want to do on a daily basis. We just talked about this. Coffee also affects your iron absorption in your stomach, and also affects your kidneys and its ability to retain calcium, zinc, magnesium, and other important minerals these are minerals that your body needs on a daily basis. It also affects your healthy bowel movement, which is a major issue for a lot of us. Acrylamide, okay, this is a carcinogenic substance that forms in coffee beans that are roasted at high temperatures. What do I mean by that? It's a cancer-causing substance. The darker the roast, the higher the levels of this acrylamide is likely to be. In fact, coffee has been shown to be one of the major sources of the dangerous chemical in Canadian diets. Okay? So next time you reach for, you head over to your favorite coffee shop and you pay $1, $2, $3 for a double, a latte, or whatever it is that you're inclined to get. Think about what it's actually costing you, not just in dollars and cents. Okay. Stress management. Okay, your cup of coffee actually helps turn on stress hormones, and it helps your body develop this fight versus flight mechanism. A lot of times people say, "Oh, I'm so stressed out. I got to get this report done. I got to get, I got to be ready for this meeting. I got to be ready for my exams." And then what do? They have that cup of coffee, or 2 or 3 or 4 cups of coffee, and they stay up burning the midnight oil. And what this actually does is it does actually stimulate the stress hormones in your body, okay? And this actually takes away energy, okay, that your body can direct towards breaking down, healthy digestive function, okay? So now you're misappropriating the energy in your body towards fighting, okay, in highlighting these stress hormones when it's not and I wouldn't recommend that, right? If you want your body to be in a fight or flight state when you actually have to fight or flight, when you're in a survival mode, not when not just because you have a report due, and now your body is more in tune and more normalized to that, and that's not a normal that you want your body to be in. Does that make sense? I need to have some more tea. So what do we recommend? So a lot of you who have been on the 3-day trial and who have continued on with the Lean and Fit program have added on the Herbalife Tea Concentrate. And I can't tell you this, and I can't stress this more enough, but this is a proprietary blend. Okay, you want to write this down, of green, orange Pekoe, cardamom seed, and hibiscus tea in its most potent form in cellular nutrition. Okay, I'm Asian, in case none of you guys haven't noticed yet. And I grew up drinking hot tea, right? But what we've done here is we've taken that Eastern medicine, which is herbs, which is the green tea, and what you see here in the cardamom from India, and actually magnified its active ingredients and the effects of it. And we actually were able to extract and magnify the potent effects of what we want out of these ingredients into your tea here, into your shake, into your total control, into everything you put in your body here. So let's break down this tea here. I'm really getting into this right now. Man, okay, so what we have, the first main ingredient that we have here is green tea. Okay, this is again from the Asian culture. This helps improve brain function. Okay, it shows that it has a synergistic effect in working with a smaller dose of caffeine that's also in green tea. Green tea has about a quarter of the amount of caffeine there is in coffee, so you won't get the jitter or buzz that you get from coffee from drinking green tea. But having said that, it also will improve your brain function. So would it be better to drink tea versus coffee for all the effects that we just talked about before your exams, before your wedding, before your report, your deadline is due? Absolutely. Okay, you get that higher sense of alertness, and yet a milder sense of awareness and energy, as opposed to that jittery buzz that you get from coffee. Green tea also has fat-burning thermogenic effects. It increases fat oxidation by over 17%. Okay, think about it. You're burning fat at a higher rate of 17% than if you were just to drink water or coffee or soda or whatever. It also has antioxidant effects, and it has numerous studies where it shows that it was able to lower the development of breast cancer by over 22%, lower the risk of development of prostate cancer by over 48%, and colorectal cancer by over 57%. These are different studies that were published. It also addresses and helps with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. There are actually catching compounds in the green tea that helps lower the risk of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. 42% lower risk of developing diabetes and helping reduce blood sugar levels. Okay, come on, guys. Like I think that we're building the case here, and it's a mounting evidence here as to what's actually more beneficial for you, coffee or tea. Okay. The next active ingredient we have in our Herbalife Tea Concentrate is the orange Pekoe. Again, rich in antioxidant properties here. Helps reduce the risk of heart and cardiovascular disease. It has antimicrobial properties. It has been shown to fight the growth of certain dangerous bacteria, microorganisms, cancer-fighting properties. It suggests that the extract may act as an effective cancer preventive aid. And this is in your orange Pekoe. So our tea here has green tea, orange Pekoe, and cardamom seed. Now, I actually cook with cardamom seed, and this is a seed that's native to Southeast Asia, specifically India. It comes from the same family as ginger and turmeric, which has huge health and medicinal effects. Let's talk about this for a second. So it's going to help with digestion. Okay, helps with nausea, acidity, bloating, gas, heartburn, everything that coffee does to you. It actually counteracts that. Okay, it helps detoxify your body and kidneys. It helps freshens your breath. Maybe some of you should have 2 cups of tea in the morning. I'm just kidding. It's a diuretic. It helps actually clean out your urinary tract, bladder, and kidneys, removing waste, salt, excess water, toxins, combating infections. Also, it's an antidepressant. It helps with mouth ulcers, infections in the mouth and throat, and also addresses strep throat. Cold and flu prevents cold and flu symptoms, bronchitis, and coughs. So many times people say, "Oh, this is the season. Everyone in my family is sick. My dog is sick. My husband's sick. We all have the flu." Make them a hot cup of tea. How many times have you heard me say this to you guys individually and also in a group? Have you had your tea this morning? Hot cup of tea. Also, it has anti-cancer. And so it shows that it also fights cancer cells and kills cancer cells. It helps with blood pressure, lowers your blood pressure, prevents dangerous blood clots. It's rich in antioxidants, cleaning up free radicals and resisting cellular aging. Pathogens, it actually kills viruses, bacteria, fungus, and mold. Anti-inflammatory. Again, I said turmeric, and the same family as turmeric, which is amazing in terms of fighting inflammatory. You know, a lot of us who are training, and a lot of the athletes who are training, they actually take what we call in our product here, Restore, before they go to bed, which is rich in turmeric, which helps address the inflammation in joints, ligaments. And this actually helps with, and also with swelling in your membranes in mouth and throat. Helps with cramps. Did you know that hiccup was a cramp? And other involuntary muscle spasms, such as stomach and intestinal cramps. Great. Cardamom seed addresses that. It's an aphrodisiac. We don't need to talk about that. So, you know, this is also in your herbal tea concentrate. Okay. Again, I go back. It has green tea, orange pekoe, cardamom seed. This is all in your herbal. You can't get this from anywhere else. Oh, and lastly, let's talk about this. It also has hibiscus. Hibiscus is a flower. It's an exotic flower. And so a hibiscus tea has been shown to aid in blood pressure management. Okay, you can drop your blood pressure by up to 10 points, according to a study in Boston. You know, we recommend the study recommends to have at least 3 cups of tea a day. It also has diuretic properties that helps increase urination and lowering of blood pressure. Do you see how these different ingredients that we have here in the green tea, the orange pekoe, cardamom, and hibiscus, the effects they have all synergistically work together? Do you see that? It also helps with cholesterol and diabetes. Again, do you guys see a pattern developing here? We just talked about this, lowering of bad LDLs in your body and protecting blood vessels from damage. Liver protection helps protect your livers. And so, you know, the idea that I want to share with you guys here is I'm going to stop share. This is actually the end of the slide. You guys can see me again here for a couple of minutes. The idea I have to challenge you guys here, you know, everything you put in your body, whether in liquid or solid form, actually serves some kind of a purpose. And a lot of times people, we just become so socially accepted to say, let's go grab a cup of coffee, let's meet for coffee, let's coffee. But have you had your tea today? Something I want you guys to think about. I hope that this was helpful. If this has helped you in any way, please like or share this video. And I look forward to connecting with you guys real shortly again, okay? Take care. Bye for now.